I want to bring you today to the chapter in the Old Testament that contains that famous verse on revival. Second Chronicles chapter 7 verse 14 is the verse that talks about that if God's people will humble themselves and pray and seek His face, turn from their wicked ways, He'll hear from heaven, forgive their sin, and heal their land. That's a great and powerful verse, and that's a good recipe for revival. But that's not the verse or the statement I want to focus on today. God, in His glory, has manifested Himself in the temple. Solomon has finished it. It has been dedicated. There's been sacrifice. There's been prayer. The fire of God falls. The glory of God fills. The priests cannot even enter into the presence of God to minister. And the people just fall down on their faces on the pavement and they worship God. It's a wonderful scene. But as you read down further into the text in verse number 6, it talks about the priests. And it says this, "And the priests waited on their offices." And it doesn't mean that they stalled. It means that they took care of their duty. They waited on their office, like a person who waits on a table. They who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They waited. They did what they were supposed to do, their offices. The priests had different duties, different obligations, different jobs. But I thought it was interesting, in the midst of this manifestation of the glory of God, we find people doing what they're supposed to do. And let me challenge you. I believe that God would move and meet in the midst of His people. He would bless a church and a ministry if we could get everybody who has a position to fill that position and do it faithfully, to minister, to wait upon their office, teach the Sunday school, run the bus, sing in the choir, preach from the pulpit, greet the visitor, pass the offering plate. What I'm saying is, be content in your role and do what you can do for the glory of God and watch God bless it. It's amazing during this scene of God doing these things. The priests waited on their offices, the Levites also with instruments of music. So all of these people had their own specific obligation, their own specific lane, if you will. They stayed in their lane, gave it all they got, and God blessed in this instance. And I believe God will still bless today. Everything in the work of God is a big deal to God. There are no small jobs. There are no big jobs. It's all big. It's all for the glory of God, and give it all you got. Wait upon your office is my prayer. I hope this has been a help to your Christian life today.